Hi, this is Franz Cantor, cartoonist, illustrator and toon talker, and I'm here with
Jim Bridges, and I'm the president of the Australian Cartoon Museum, and we thought we'd get around to doing another book from our extensive library at the Australian Cartoon Museum, and this is a small one on Gerald Scarfe, the great British caricaturist. It's called ScarfeFace, and it looks like it's Prince Charles on the cover, but if you turn it around the other way, it's still Prince Charles, it's got a different expression.
Yeah.
That's called a topsy-turvy in the trade, I think.
All right.
So let's get into it. This is a copy that was I picked up from Bill Green, the WEG cartoonist, the Australian football cartoonist, and it's actually signed to Bill from Gerald Scarfe. And there he is, all my own work, wife and dealer to support. He's a very extreme, although that looks like a Bateman caricature. The man who knew, you know, and there's two that looks like his son. Face. So this is all about the face and the parts of caricature. So here he's just the face is an empty thing that you fill up. You can turn people into flowers, and there's the Queen getting driven around.
Yeah, so he uses a pen for this, Indian ink.
Yeah.
Traditional method, Indian ink on paper, I presume, and very smooth paper.
Yeah.
And then he'll drop in some light watercolour onto the original.
Yep. A lot of these people we wouldn't know. That's
the subtler the better, actually.
Yeah, that's Maggie Thatcher.
So it's beautiful.
And obviously got someone in her cabinet who was a real stinker. That's a nice sketch with the background. This is Idi Amin.
Yeah, and
this is an earlier
technique
piece
with the splatter and the gouging into the paper, etc. And the very heavy cross hatching, even though his skin is quite dark. The reason why all of this cross hatching is there is to lend it a very serious note.
Yeah, gravitas.
So caricature isn't about light-hearted pokes like he would with Fergie, but also he could get very, very, very harsh with the message. So it's all to do with the technique as well. Okay. Most of these are very lyrical. He's got a very lyrical pen.
Yeah. He went to Vietnam, and he actually saw a lot of soldiers in hospitals and stuff, and he got really involved in doing scars and scar tissues and stuff. There's Gerald Ford, and there's
so
Stallone,
the idea of these, of course, is he'll do caricatures. This is probably derived from several drawings, several attempts. So he'll kind of synthesize the features gradually into this image here, where they're sort of like a caricature of a caricature. So he'll kind of synthesize everything down to its logical, for him, his logical conclusion of where the likeness is and how much he can get in terms of the impact of his distortions. So it's
Maggie Thatcher.
Yeah. Well, this is a perfect example. So he has turned Maggie Thatcher into this sort of sharp pen, almost a pen-nibbed face. And that's just a perfect example of what he did. He'll synthesize her features down into something that he can utilize or use as a.
That looks like it's based on a previous famous cartoon that he's just updated it.
Perhaps.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yep.
This is an early picture, and this is a later picture of the same person.
Yeah. Nigel Lawson.
Different styles.
Yeah.
A modern Mona Lisa.
That's very beautiful.
It is.
Very lyrical, very fluid.
Emma Thompson.
Pen strokes are beautiful and
those
fluid and
soulful
balanced.
eyes, very quick, easily done. This is very good.
Yeah.
This is very good. Look at that line.
So, in case you're wondering, yes, he is the artist responsible for the design of Hercules, the Disney cartoon.
Yeah, and he's also he's behind the animation
designs.
in the wall.
Yeah.
See, they hadn't even drawn her eyes, but it's Joan Collins. Clint Eastwood, Boy George. He liked Boy George. That's a nice design too, isn't it? tennis player, Pete Sampras.
Yeah, it's nice. He's a standalone as far as caricatures go. They're very.
He pushes it.
They're not elegant.
No.
He pushes it. He pushes the likeness to its inescapable conclusion for him. I mean, there's a likeness here of the character Michael Heseltine, but he's become almost a symbol, like a scarf symbol.
Yeah, and here
his
he
own
is.
particular weapon.
He's done as Tarzan, and here he is. Everything is drooping.
Yeah.
Everything is drooping, and he's wearing glasses now. Tarzan with glasses. The face of Frank Sinatra, young and old. I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful.
So, yeah.
That's what age does to you. A couple of Michael Jacksons. Ooh,
Very nice.
a couple of Michael
Nancy
Jacksons.
Reagan.
Yeah, that's very nice. That's Scarfe himself. This is the mask of Scarfe. That's what he's really like. That's what he's saying. There's
Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness has no face until he takes a role.
Yeah.
And I think that's true.
Well, I mean, these faces they don't exist except in his imagination until he, gets an idea of what.
But he's got Michael Jackson's sort of character and that
sort of, but it's synthesized and simplified.
Oh yeah.
To a great extent.
Yeah.
I mean, this is very typical of Scarfe. He'll just drag the face into a symbol.
Anthony Scher, here's Lawrence Olivier, and there's Kenneth Branagh because they played the same role as in Henry V. They're both on the same horse.
Yeah.
Reagan, and these are early. There's Nixon hiding behind.
I didn't see that. Yeah, behind the mask of it's Kissinger.
Kissinger, yeah. And this is George Bush with him.
Reagan underneath.
The double.
Mickey Mouse. So
and
his
he really went
ideas
berserk.
are very, very harsh. Yeah. Obviously, he'll attack the conservatives.
Yes.
And he'll attack.
He takes no prisoners.
He'll attack the left wing with the same poison, the same energy.
Yeah.
He'll take no prisoners.
He's actually got her smiling here.
Yeah. And her eyes drop down.
So what's this?
Or is that her earring?
Yeah.
That could be her eye, I don't know.
This obviously looks like it's Khan again. And he talks about the face.
This is funny. Yeah. I don't know what to make of this. I think this is a piss take. Obviously it's
the character does not have to be anatomically correct, as it is not a representation. It is more of an impression, a reflection, an atmosphere on the subject.
Yeah.
But however much the face is stretched and pulled in exaggerated likeness, I like to feel it is based on real flesh, blood and bone, and that, distorted as it is, it still has the three-dimensional possibility of living, breathing and moving off the page. Oh, this is... I'm not interested in making a realistic photographic interpretation. My more realistic sketches are simply grist in the mill, merely take notes to be used in the final caricature. They are jottings that trigger my memory, like entries in a diary, and summon up a vision that would otherwise have faded.
And there's your favourite. Picasso was a caricaturist, as was El Greco and Modigliani. So,
of course they were.
The idea of caricature is to exaggerate what you see, but this is more an exaggeration of what you feel rather than what you see, because a lot of these lines are not in the picture or not in the reference that he's working from. Certainly not this, but they're an expression of his.
These are from his Time magazine cover, I think he did. He made these caricatures.
So he'll do these
and then
type caricatures and then convert them into symbols almost.
Yeah, but he actually turned these drawings into paper mache. For the Time cover.
Yeah. So he'll experiment even with the medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
Looked like he signed it. Very quickly done. This is my favourite. This is the famous British artist Francis Bacon, who also was into caricature, always pushing the face around. And these were his first immediate responses. And then he ended up with this.
Well, yeah, he's I mean, Bacon, you know, would draw the face from different angles and have different sort of takes on the face. So when you look at it, you're not looking at the face from one side. You're looking at the face from the left, the right, from the opposite, from the back,
but I think
and almost from underneath.
I think the finished portrait, he's trying to channel Bacon in that particular portrait because
well, I mean, those are Bacon's eyes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sort of the vulture eyes.
Yeah, and it's very unusual to have a tongue as big as that in a caricature, isn't it?
Is that his tongue, or could be his? Yeah,
it's his tongue. He was a Enoch Powell was a sort of racist
he was
politician.
a favourite. He was a favourite.
So he's trying to make this the face of racism.
Yeah, he's a favourite caricature of.
Here he is shocked because there's a little you got these stickers. And
well,
it's a black-faced person, so he's freaking out.
Like a jelly bean.
He's had a nasty shock.
Yeah. So he's a favourite subject of caricatures.
This is another Prime Minister. There she is again. There's Maggie Thatcher. This is the bull market, and it's the pound, so it's not American.
So even in that, it's like a financial story. This is very elegant.
Yeah. He's lost it on. That's Reagan as an old elephant, the old Republican elephant, and this is Thatcher as a mad cow. I think he's lost it here, but here he's definitely got the Queen, the royal lion.
The lion.
Yeah.
So it's very playful.
These were done for a theatre production.
Yeah.
And he has houses that turn into people and all that sort of stuff, and this is what they eat.
Isn't that artist like the artist Archamboldo?
Yeah.
Where you'll make faces out of food?
Yeah. This is the unacceptable face of Thatcherism.
Yeah, this is Nixon, without even looking at it.
Yeah, they're the tapes.
This is how he developed Nixon into these shapes.
Yeah.
So you would be...
They're the Watergate tapes that
you would
went
learn his tropes. This is...
and he's turned Bacon into a tank.
Yeah. So this is how he would train you over several weeks in thinking, in reducing Nixon's likeness into these simple shapes.
But even this, see, it's like he's hanging. It's hanging.
Yeah, well, he's hanging himself.
Yeah, that's right. But you don't hang yourself up there, but you hang yourself around the neck. But you get the idea.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, well, that's Andrew Webber, or Sir Andrew Webber, as
Train.
No, what was the Express? He did a musical called The Express.
All right.
That's and this is Thatcher chopping up, taking all the money off the northern parts of England. And there's a whole lot of Thatchers. Here she is as the Iron Lady.
The Iron Lady is an iron.
And look at her bag. Yeah. She's just all, and even her softer parts aren't soft. To put it mildly, here she is an axe.
Axe head.
Now this is the Archamboldo thing.
Yeah.
This is, the idea. Archamboldo was a student of Da Vinci. And here's an early one of LBJ. See, just two little tiny dots for eyes.
Yeah.
Elvis.
Yep.
Susan Sarandon. Martin Scorsese. And these are the delightful mean streets. Here is again, what's his name? Enoch Powell. As the
flag, you see the mustache.
Yeah.
And one of the stripes of the Union.
Yeah, and Thatcher, you never even see her eyes because she just blocked off to all the poverty around her. Punk music came out of Thatcherism, you know. And here it is. Look what he's doing to the nose. There's what's his name, Waldheim, who told a lie. He was a UN guy who was a Nazi. That's a beautiful one of Mayor Ed Koch of New York.
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is, but he's don't know Hugh Scanlon, but he's turned his nose into a and this particular chapter's all on noses. Bob Hope.
So it's not just a simple way of taking a nose and pulling it and making it bigger, longer, hooked or whatever. it's using the nose as a sort of a method to pull the face, the whole face.
It's also part of a design logic. You know, you just can't just. Yeah, look at the eyes on this. There's the Queen again.
So every single face has its own rules, its own way of explaining.
I think that's a wonderful thing to say to people watching this who want to be a caricaturist. I think that's really important.
Every single face, new problem, new set of rules.
This is the mouth. He's just drawn this extreme mouth.
Yeah.
He was noted for his smiles.
Yeah.
He had a Rolls Royce frontage because he was such. And this is an early one of Edward Heath.
Yeah.
And this is teeth. That's Thatcher. She's just all teeth. I mean, it's just so.
He'd train you over several weeks, probably.
Yeah.
And this is the
and
shape
her eye
of
is
Thatcher.
madness. Her eye is madness.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's almost an abstract, isn't it?
Yeah, but he'd train you in doing it, so you gradually get more and more exaggerated.
Well, there's the ultimate Mick Jagger. The ultimate lips.
Yeah.
I think he gets stuck into rock stars more than he does politicians. There's what's his name? Prince.
Prince, yeah.
Tina Turner. Got the roughness of her.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
Yeah. There's Hillary and Bill.
Yep.
She's obviously manipulating Bill. I don't know if the table's turned. And here's
Georges Pompidou?
No, it's Francois Mitterrand as a snail.
Fergie?
Very simple one of Fergie. That's Ian Smith. He really got stuck into Ian Smith.
Yeah.
From South Africa. And there's a very simple but good good Bill Clinton. Now we're going into ears. Puts ears on. Oh, well, you've got the old ears of an old man. That's Bing Crosby. And this is the evil face of Richard Nixon. And he's checking out on everybody and saying no. Look, he's got his watch, which is an eye, keep an eye. And of course, this is the Mickey Mouse, the ridiculing of turning him into Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, there's not many. I can't really imagine anybody that come anywhere close to Gerald Scarfe in terms of this savage pen.
Yes.
And beautiful way of exaggerating and just synthesizing.
He'll own snobbery.
The character. He'll own the character.
Yeah, the snobbery.
So people will forget about Margaret Thatcher and Richard Nixon, but they won't forget about Gerald Scarfe's drawings of them.
Yeah, well, here's Bob Geldof feeding the world.
Yeah.
Or Africa.
Yeah.
That's a great comic idea, isn't it?
Well, Africa is the mouth.
Yes, that's right. Because the concept was feed the world. Look at the freckles. Even the freckles go on his clothes, so he's a clown all through.
Neil Kinnock, yeah.
That's
Sade and Michael Clark.
Well,
is Sade?
Yeah, well, that's Michael Clark.
Yeah.
Whoever he is.
Well, the musician. Probably.
Yeah, the jowls.
Awesome.
The Queen. Ooh, he's doing unusual things. Now, these are sketches he did because he followed Nixon on his election earring, and here this is what he ends up doing with the face.
Yeah, so you wouldn't.
And here he's wiping his ass
while he was on tour.
Wiping his ass with the flag. I don't think he'd get away with that in America.
No.
And this is about the Vietnam. They talked about that if Vietnam falls, all these other countries will fall. But
the domino effect.
It took him. And look at this beautiful. That's his mouth. That's his eye. That's his nose.
Yes, he's
and that's about dropping,
synthesizing the features down into symbols.
And look at this extreme.
Yeah.
Extreme. I mean, that gets you ready for
Not
that.
many people could get away with that.
No.
There's a lot of.
No, these are British politicians. Whoa! Look at that.
Yeah.
Little hands. Looks like Rumpole the Bailey, doesn't it?
Yeah. Melancholic.
Al Gore and George Bush. With
gloomy, dejected, depressed. So this is another chapter.
Yeah.
Melancholic.
It's Robert Downey Jr. Al Pacino.
That's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, as Chaplin. Yeah. Now, this doesn't seem like his style at all. Probably just the hair. Woody Allen and Philip Larkin is a great British poet,
This is
and
very...
he's gone berserk. He's
Yeah,
enjoyed
this is
himself.
very him.
He's
So
really
this is-
enjoyed himself here, hasn't he?
So he has his own penmanship, his
Yes.
pen style.
Yes.
So
But-
a lot of the
But this doesn't look like anything he's done.
no, it's in opposition to that style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there's a great Glenda Jackson, and there's a great Beethoven. He's on stilts.
So this chapter is full of bile.
Yeah, and I think he has a lot of bile in him himself, don't you think? Scarfe has a lot of bile in him. There's Rowan Atkinson. Look at the hands. Yeah,
Very cool. A lot of
and
very distinctive style.
oh, look, he's got his stomach sticking up, and he's just. Who is it? Is it Roy Hattersley or Cyril Smith? Don't know. Oh, and that's a great Henry
Well,
Kissinger.
Yeah.
And here's the phallic pen.
Yeah. Kenneth Clark.
Sex is power is sexual. Look how he's done this bit of the glasses just go into the hair. Nice idea there. There's Dao Xiaoping and the Queen Mother. And there is again with these stars and stripes hair, Ronald Reagan. And this is what happens when you get old. That's Thatcher in her old age. And here's a very early drawing he did of Somerset Maugham. Look at all the...
Yeah.
He was obviously interested in
Similar profile to
Yeah.
Joe Hans Bjelke Pedersen.
yeah, or Joe as we say in Australia. Yeah,
So-
this is he's done about probably about 15 books now.
Yeah.
And this is just a
So
small
some
book.
of his best ones are in here,
Yeah.
especially the Nixons and the Thatchers.
The point is you
This
can
is
pull the
amazing.
nose and stretch it all, but if you go too far, you lose it.
Yeah. Well, there's a danger in that certainly, but
And he's got his own sense of design, and it all comes from the penmanship.
all comes from the penmanship.
Yeah.
So where you saw that last illustration.
Well,
of the,
even this one, even this one.
Yeah, you can see the calligraphic style.
Yeah, that's really, and like he's turned these into the Picasso bicycle handles, you know, but at the same time it's to do with the line and the drawing, not actual trying to solidify to give the danger of the horns, you know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, this is Jim Bridges and
Franz Cantor.
saying we'll see you next time.
Yep.
Bye bye.